Hey everybody, it's Janine over at SLOHappyVintage. I'm back and I have things to share with you. If you're new here, welcome. We are primarily a jewelry channel, but I like to mix in some other vintage things in here as well. I like to repair, restore, repurpose things, kind of all about sustainability and sparkles. I got recognized yesterday. I was at an estate sale and somebody walked up, and I apologize, I don't remember your name. It was an estate sale. Craziness. As soon as I walked in, somebody walked up and said, "I really love your videos." And I was shocked. I don't have that many viewers, so to be recognized, that's kind of a weird thing. Anyway, super nice gal, and if you see this video, please email me. I'd love to go thrifting with you sometime. I went just to get some display items and empty boxes, and let's just say the boxes weren't so empty when I got them home and started putting them away. Anyway, that's another video. So today I have finds from my usual antique stores and the swap meet. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around and I'll share what I found. Okay, I went to an estate sale a couple weeks ago and I was sending video to some friends to see if they wanted some things, and so I think I have some footage of this estate sale. It was table after table after table of glassware and just a ton of stuff, an entire room of dolls, creepy dolls. And I had this vision of what my estate sale might look like for my kids. And I decided, okay, I got to get on the ball and sell some of this stuff because I need to get it in the hands of people who really love it before I go, because I don't want my kids to be stuck with an estate sale like this one. But it was fun to shop at. Anyway, I found this, what looks like a little vase. This is actually it's called a spill vase, and it's from probably the 1800s. It's marked Spode with a number on it. Before electricity was invented, they needed something or a way to transport fire from like the fireplace to candles or whatever. And so they had these little rolled up paper or twigs that they called spiles. And this is a little receptacle that you'd put a decorative piece on, like by the fireplace, to hold those little twigs and sticks to transfer fire. So basically, it's a very early matchstick type receptacle or holder, and they're quite collectible. This one from Spode is very nice. It does have some wear on the top, but they sell quite expensively if people know what they are. So it's definitely a specific niche of sale, but people could use it to hold all kinds of things. Anyway, that's that. At the same sale, I found this. Okay, yeah, it's Perfume. I think this is so pretty, and I may not even sell it because Perfume will get weird over time. And this is I think if I could pronounce it right, Le Effleur cologne spray from Coty, and this was very popular, I remember, in the 80s and 90s, and I have no idea if it smells decently or not, but these sell for $80-$90 online. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because selling perfume, not really my niche, but I thought the bottle was pretty. Speaking of bottles, if you recognize this one, this is Taylor Swift's original perfume bottle, Wonderstruck. And it's not in the greatest of shape, but I found this at the swap meet and it was just $1. And I figured the empty bottles can sell for $20 to $40. So it's got all of its charms on it, but they're pretty worn. Somebody loved it enough to hang on to it. Now, I'm not selling these, at least I don't think I am. They are lovely display books. They're written in German. They're German poetry books, I believe, from the mid 1800s. Of course, I can't read it. It's all in German. They were just $1 each, but look at how beautiful those are. This is just part of a console set, but I just thought the frosted pink glass is pretty, so that's a display piece for me. So this necklace doesn't have a maker's mark on it. Wish it did. Very reminiscent of a lot of the Liz Claiborne type and Klein Liz Claiborne type jewelry. Put that on a neck in a little bit. So all those things were like $1 each, I think. It's the same weekend that I went to another yard sale and bought these little earrings. These, I don't know who made them. It does have a maker's mark on them, but they are sterling silver, hollow sterling silver with what appears to be a gold accent. I don't know if it's vermeil or vermeil, however you say that, or actual gold. I don't think it's actual gold, but anyway, they were pretty. They, like I said, they do have a maker's mark. I couldn't quite make out the maker's mark. Like a curly Q wave. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. And then it says 925. Very nice little earring. And at that same one, I found these little Mexican-made dogs. They're also sterling. Couldn't tell if it was a fox or a dog. I think it's a dog, but adorable. And they are marked sterling Mexico, I believe. Yeah. And a little bird ring. This is also sterling, and it's a little, looks like to be a little swallow holding a stone. It looks to be turquoise, but I'm not sure. I don't believe this is Navajo. It looks like it might be just a Mexican sterling ring, but it's really cute. It's very small, very petite, very, very sweet. We have, this looks like an HSN or QVC cross. I believe those are CZ stones. Does that help? I think that helps. CZ stones, really, really nice condition. I threw this in the sonic cleaner. It was pretty filthy when I got it, but absolutely beautiful. I don't know if this is silver. It looks like it's rhodium plated, whatever it is. Very nice quality, but I don't think it's sterling. It's not marked, and I'm not going to test it because it's obviously coated with something, and I'd really have to scratch deep into that to see if it's sterling, but really pretty. And that's the same one. I found this Camrose cross. I don't know if this is missing. It might be missing a couple of stones, and it is marked JBK for Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy, one of her line. I've been finding, this is like the third JBK piece I found recently, so that's kind of fun. Then I have this necklace, which for a moment I thought it was pretty old, but I'm thinking it's more like a reproduction, probably from the, oh gosh, with that hook clasp. I hesitate to date this thing because Casey reminded me that this rose is not an old rose. When you look at the piece itself, with this enameling and the fine detail work, you think it's really old, but then you look at that manufactured rose and you think, yeah, not so much. So it is a lovely kind of mourning jewelry adjacent style. It is reminiscent of the old Victorian mourning pieces. Then we have this really long, and I kid you not, this thing is so long. This is a Monet multi-chain necklace. It's got like a curb chain and then like a triple link curb. The thing goes on and on and on. I think you can probably triple this thing on your neck, but anyway, I just got a tangle in it, so I'm just going to show that to you later. This vase is quite chipped up, but I'm going to keep it. And originally I thought it was just a bud vase, but looking at it more closely with the wide bottom, I believe it's a hat pin holder. It definitely could be a vase, but I think the original purpose for it would be a hat pin holder. Hat pins tend to be heavy at the top with a decorative ornament, and they need that flared base to counterbalance the weight that those put on the top of the vase. Lovely little hand-painted roses and gilt work. At that same sale, I found this crazy necklace. It has a maker. Was it Amrita, I think is the maker? I'll have to put the maker on the screen. And I'll put this on a neck to show you, but it's just this really whimsical acrylic and mother of pearl and bedazzled starfish fun necklace with orange and faux pearl, orange beads and faux pearls. If you've been watching for long, you know that I am bougie on a budget. I don't spend more than a couple dollars on anything. On rare occasions, I'll pay up for something, but typically $1, $2, and I just really have fun doing it. This little container, I have one of these, so I will be selling this, or I might, we haven't done a giveaway in a long time. I'm thinking about maybe doing a Christmas giveaway. So let me know in the comments what type of thing you might be interested in for a giveaway. I could do books, I could do like trinket dishes, I could do jewelry, a mystery bag of jewelry. I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, this is just super cute. I don't think it's marked or anything, but I love picking up these. Nice for like a bedside stand to put, I don't know if you have earplugs, something cute to put things in that normally are stored in ugly containers or not at all. Right, moving to, looks like this is the swap meet and this is an antique store. We'll go to the antique store because I did an oops on that. I bought these were just $2 and they're Avon, but I have the matching necklace. So when I saw those, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll complete the set with the pair of earrings. They have a name, I can't remember. All of Avon stuff usually has like a series name or a design name, and I don't remember what this one is. It's signed Avon on the back. I don't pick up a whole lot of Avon, but I picked up 2 yesterday. This is Avon also, and it's funny because this one, if you look online, it has shown not sold comps, but listed comps in the 40s, 30s, and 40s. I don't think it sells for that much though. It's just kind of unusual. This is faux carnelian. I believe it's I think it's glass or plastic. I don't remember. I'd have to click it on my teeth and you don't want to listen to that. Anyway, it is signed Avon. And then this little piece is, I believe it's Peruvian, and it is not sterling. It could be a lesser silver, like 800 silver or something. It's nice quality. The detail on these are pretty nice. There's a little tiny, I don't know if that's a lariat with little dangles on it, and there's some sort of looking like a lotus flower of some kind and a sun. And this is a figa hand, which I don't know, it's supposed to bring good luck or something. And I don't know, some little warrior guy and a llama or alpaca. Cute little bracelet. I think it was $3. These were in the $3 batch of jewelry for one of my favorite sellers, and I looked at these and I thought, well, they're not marked, but they kind of tarnish and look like silver, but they could be pewter, but it almost looks like it's pressed silver. A lot of jewelry companies are going into, it's like a silver powder that they mix up and then they press into molds to make specific designs rather than casting the actual, I don't know how it works to tell you the truth, but I did test these and they do test as sterling. These do, the backs, this part does not, but this tested as sterling, these big chunky things. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like a vermeil. I don't think it is. I tested it for gold and it didn't test as gold. So it's probably just a wash of some kind over the sterling, but they're very modernistic. My pet peeve for earrings is that if you're going to have the same design, in my head, they need to face the opposite direction, whereas these do not. They're the same amount. So if this was reverse of this, I would like that. But because it's not, I don't really care for it. Same thing with cameos. I want them facing opposite directions, but that's just me. I'm picky. So anyway, this was the mistake, and it wasn't really a mistake, but it turned out to be kind of a crazy thing. I saw this it was $12, so I paid up for this, and I looked at that dome and I thought, oh my gosh, that's got to be something. So I had her pull it out and I looked at it. When I flipped it over, I'm like, oh, the construction's kind of interesting, but the quality is not. I was thinking in my head Shriner because of the dome, but if you've seen or felt real Shriners, the quality is not there in this piece. It was missing 2 rhinestones. That didn't deter me because I like to fix things, so I went ahead and I fixed it already. But when I flipped it over, I saw this cartouche and I'm like, oh, it is signed. And I must need new glasses because I'm looking at it and I'm shopping and the clerk is there and everything, and I don't want to draw attention to anything if it's like something really cool. But I looked at it, I could have sworn it said Shriner of New York, because the cartouche, I have Shriners of New York, and it looks identical, the shape of the cartouche or whatever. But when I got it home, I looked at it more closely, and it's Kramer, which it's still a nice piece. So when I got them home, this was crooked, and the perfectionist that I am tried to straighten that out, and I broke it. This old metal is pretty fragile, and you shouldn't really try to mess with things like that. So I did fix it, but full disclosure, if and when I do sell this, I will let people know that this did get broken. It's actually on there pretty good, so I'm hoping it will wear for many, many years, but you got to be careful with these old pieces. So it's still a decent find. What could have been a $450, $500 find turned into more like a $50 find. And so I'm not going to make a whole lot of profit after eBay takes their cut. But it was a pretty piece, so I couldn't pass it up. This is from the swap meet, and almost all of it came from the same vendor. Actually, no, this was just $1, and this is an Avon ring. It is a locket ring or a poison ring. Certain Avons are selling really well right now, and this one, the last I saw, it was sold for like $60, and I was quite taken aback by the fact that this little ring was selling high. So I'm going to definitely put this one up for sale. I view jewelry now in terms of hoof trimmings and bags of feed for my miniature horses. So this would, if it sells for $60, that would be almost 2 bags of feed for my horses. These are wax seal emboss things, stamps, and I have sold these for around $20 before. I don't know that these feel like more like, you know, $10 to $12 items. There's an R and an A, but you can seal letters with those with the wax, like a glob of wax dripped on there, and you stamp your initial in it or whatever design is on the back. I thought they were cute. They'd also be just good for display. This was a designer set made for the Museum of Modern Art, and this is a Frank Lloyd Wright design, famous architect. As cool as this piece is, or this set is, they don't seem to sell really high. I had my hopes when I saw it. A lot of the replica museum pieces sell for quite a bit of money, but the MMA is the one, the Metropolitan Museum of Fine Arts is the one you want to look for. The I can't talk today. The Museum of Modern Art pieces don't sell for that much, or as much as the others. But it's still a nice set. It's in excellent condition, and it'd be a good gift for somebody for Christmas. You know, the architect in your life. They are pierced earrings and a chunky bracelet. Everything has some substantial weight, and then there's a keychain that matches. And this piece, I don't even know why I got this. It is nothing special. It's a copper piece with lucite, kind of confetti lucite center, and then some lucite beads. This one I will probably throw in a lot. Basically, when I'm at the swap meet, I just usually make a pile of jewelry and ask for a price on it. And sometimes I throw things in there that look interesting, but may not be. This was kind of funny. I bought this necklace at one vendor, and it's Sarah Coventry. It's a nice necklace, and it's in excellent condition. And then I went to another vendor, and she had the matching earrings. So I don't believe these are marked either. But they are, I believe they're Sarah Coventry design. And so now I have that little set. And then on top of that, I found this one, which doesn't match. It's very similar, but it's a little bit different. It's got a safety chain. It's not marked. Really cute little mid-century bracelet. So this was in that lot. I think I paid $28 for the whole lot. And there were, gosh, how many things in it? I think there were 11 things in the lot of stuff I got at the swap meet. So this is another one of those expansion bracelets, post-war. This one is made by Speidel, and the Speidel ones tend to sell a little bit better. Now I have to let you know that when I bought this, I have to show you a picture. It was greener than green and absolutely disgusting. So I cleaned it up. How did I clean this up? I put this one in the sonic cleaner because it doesn't have any gemstones. It's all just metal. I knew the sonic cleaner would do it good. And then I polished it up with a pro polish pad, which, see if I can show you one of those. This is a pro polish pad. You want to be careful with these. It's almost like the jewelry version of a magic eraser, and it feels spongy, but it's got something in it that's mildly abrasive. So it can actually take off gold wash if you're not careful. It's that potent. But for cleaning up these pieces that are absolutely disgusting, it works quite well. This one is not engraved, which is a nice selling feature, so people can engrave that if they want. But this identical piece sold on Etsy for, gosh, was it $300? It was a stupid price. This one's not going to sell for $300 as far as I can tell, but they usually are selling in the I've seen them as low as about 60, 70 and upwards of 150 or so. This one is pretty small, and I believe it is dated. Yeah, this one is dated 1945. So lovely little expansion bracelet. That's it for the things for today. I do have so much more to show you. I've been really listing strong lately, and a couple things that sold that I'm shipping out. I've been shipping quite a bit lately, but this little amber ring sold. It's sterling in amber. Sold that for $40. And then these I recently had in a video. These earrings sold for $165. They're sterling. I believe they're Zuni, but I did not list them as Zuni, but somebody recognized them. I don't even think I listed them as Native American because they have absolutely no markings on them. To be fair, I've seen identical earrings listed on fancy websites for up to $500, $600. They're not selling for that, obviously. Well, they might be, I don't know, but I'm very happy with my $165 sale on that. Of course, eBay will take a huge cut. Okay, and then I'm going to be listing this one today probably. I don't remember if I told you about this one, but it is a hinged bangle cuff type bracelet, F&B something, I think. It's a patriotic piece, believe it or not. It's got red, white, and blue stones on it, and it's etched, and it's just really pretty. I found this at an antique store, and I did pay up for it because I was thinking I was going to keep it, but then when I wore it, I don't know, I just didn't care for it as much as it looked prettier on the shelf than it did on my wrist, so I decided to sell it. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to list that for yet. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Put them down in the comments. Let me know what you might be interested in for a giveaway, and here is that beautiful plate. Once again, just a couple of dollars. It is signed. Oh, how fun. So this is a Bavaria plate, but it's signed by the artist, Blanche Hoyt, January 11th, 1915. That's an old plate. Look at how gorgeously deco it is. Hand painted, beautiful. That's going on display in my... I want to kind of separate my favorite pieces into eras and have displays of different eras. I think that would be really cool, and this would be a backdrop for a deco era, definitely. Actually, has more nouveau look than deco, but kind of like transitionally so. Oh, look at this. That'll be in another video. Anyway, let me put some of these things on a neck and show you.